If I can work one in, I'll work it in.
Okay. But no direct quota?
No. I figured that was part of the problem last time was that I was trying to set a goal, and it's like you just got to let that happen organically. You can't you can't force the Schwartz.
All right. You can't force a Schwartz. There. Does that count as one?
No, it's too much of a crossover joke.
All right. All right.
Hopefully, we'll get some NHL coverage this time, and I can actually talk about the St. Louis Blues.
Well, we do have to talk a little bit about the Blues because they're in the Stanley Cup final. They took care of the San Jose Sharks.
A little bit.
I don't think we're going to start there.
No. Like I've got a kind of a warm fuzzy to start with here from Major League Baseball. Craig Biggio's kid gets his first major league hit, and it's a home run, and his dad is in the stands in attendance.
Was that Connor?
No,
Caven or something like
Caven.
that. Cavan.
Caven Biggio. Well, congratulations, Caven.
Yeah.
Did you start
Blue
recording?
Jays rookie second baseman Caven Biggio
I just want
recorded
to
his
know.
first 3 major league hits on Sunday, including a home run with his Hall of Fame father in attendance.
Wow.
I just want to know what is the MLB's drug testing policy when Craig Biggio played? Because who names their son Caven?
Oh, was there ever any suspicion around Biggio and drug use?
I feel like all the killer bees kind of avoided that situation. Like him, Bagwell.
Bagwell, I do not think avoided the situation.
Really?
No, he did not avoid it. He dove headfirst into that.
Yeah, I think we just,
Pile of
for some
needles.
reason, he's one of the few that we don't talk about.
I guess, because you never hear his name brought up with all the other names.
No.
Maybe just because he wasn't as big of
No.
a name.
But they all took steroids. I assume they're all dirty. I want them all to prove a negative, which is impossible. And therefore, they're all tainted. And every MLB writer that's keeping Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens out of the Hall of Fame is a jackass. And they should all have their future children named Caven, as far as I'm concerned, as punishment for this.
Well, I agree with you. I think Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens belong in the Hall of Fame. They were the best at what they did during their generation for a long period of time. And if they were cheating, they were cheating amongst cheaters.
Yeah, I feel like McGuire and Sosa should get the same level of respect.
100%. Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa saved baseball after the lockout. Whether they were doing it with so much juice in them that they couldn't see straight or not, they were hitting the ball long and straight, and it saved baseball.
Yeah, they brought that sport back from the fucking brink, and they should be in Cooperstown for no other reason than that. Like, these two motherfuckers saved baseball. And I'm talking about, like, black Dominican Sammy Sosa, not white Samuel Sosa that we have nowadays.
Samuel Sosa.
Dude, seriously, he ain't Sammy no more. Have you seen him lately? He's an old white man, and he's fucking it's Samuel. It's not even Sammy anymore.
So this has been something I've been pondering for a couple of weeks now, and the reaction of Vlad Guerrero Jr. and I can't remember the other guy's name. Is baseball fun again? I feel like baseball's fun again.
It's trying to be.
It might be trying.
I think it's trying. I think it might succeed this year. Have you watched the Cubs play? They are so much fun. Have you seen
They didn't
my
have
boy
much
Tim
fun today because it took an ass whooping today.
It's 162
No,
games.
you're
Ass
absolutely
whoopings
right.
happen.
Some games are bad, but that fucking Rockies game today was pretty fucking excellent.
Yeah, definitely an excellent game down at the Coors Field today.
And definitely some nice pictures of the stadium up on our Twitter feed up at Sports on High 2 on Twitter. So check us out there.
I just feel like there's a lot of runs being scored right now. The ball is definitely juiced, just like our players in the late 90s.
Dude, they don't need to juice the ball out here. With the breeze blowing out today, the ball was fucking carrying. for
Well, it's
everybody.
juice.
Well, you may as well juice the ball because you can't really test the ball, can you? Or, I mean, you could test balls.
Well, I
but
mean, like, historians of the game can say that, okay, we have these game-used balls from back in the day, and now we have these game-used balls from today, and they're testing, the rebound of the ball when it's dropped, and,
They're
like,
just-
the density of the ball.
They're
and
made
they're
they're made with higher quality materials now than they were back then, or shittier materials.
You're probably right. They're made with different materials. Let's just say that. It's not made of the same stuff that it used to be.
My point is,
And,
who
and
cares
that might
about
have been true
testing?
in the dead ball era, too.
Don't test anything. Just let there be fun. What the fuck is up with the goddamn fun police and wanting to test everything and question it all? Can't just shit be? Can't we just have fun? It's goddamn sports.
Yeah, baseball's mired in tradition, and it's a bunch of curmudgeony old men like Don Cherry that love baseball and try to keep those traditions alive.
Yeah, you know who most of the baseball writers look at and say, there's one of our own, if you want to have like an example? Bob Ryan. Bob Ryan is very much where a lot of your American baseball writers are, very much stuck in the lore of the 60s and the early 70s, and fucking grew up around the game in that era with the legends of the fucking previous generation still being spun in his ears. So they don't like anything that's modern in the game.
I don't know if that's true. Don't hate on Bob Ryan. The guy did a lot of good work.
I'm
What
just
I'm
saying, I've heard
saying-
a lot of baseball opinions by Bob Ryan that sound old and curmudgeon-y.
But okay, so this goes to a much larger point. I've pondered this thought a lot. When people have been wronged and things have gone bad, how do we right the wrongs when righting a wrong hurts somebody else? And that goes to my point which is this: just move forward. Let's just phase them out. They're not going to be here forever. In 15 years, all the curmudgeons will be gone. Let's celebrate. Let's have our cheers be louder than their boos, and let's just have some fun and let baseball be fun again. Let's get people to streak on the field in the middle of the game. Let's have sausage races, and let's bring back Wade Boggs to chug beers with David, what's his name, Bakhtiari, the lineman from
the Packers lineman. The dude that crushed like 3 beers in the face of Aaron Rodgers.
Let's bring back
That was
beer
beautiful.
chugging. Let's bring back fried chicken on plane rides. Let's bring Wade Boggs back and make him a ceremonial person to represent fun in baseball again. And this is going to be one hell of a fucking fun summer. And let's flip bats and piss off old people and tell them to go kick rocks and suck cock.
I like it.
Yeah, we need more bat flipping in the major leagues.
Just more fun, especially if it's going to survive as a sport. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't have something that's going to thrive if kids don't want to check it out. If you're not having fun, kids
Yeah.
don't want to check it out.
And look at the 2 places where a lot of young up-and-coming baseball players are coming from. Latin American countries and Asian countries.
Yeah.
Where they are having fun playing baseball. Like the people in the stands are singing like European soccer fans. There's fucking like, fucking team songs that are being sung in the stands by like sections upon sections of people. There's fucking bat flips and cartwheels and just all kinds of outrageous showing the fuck off going on, and people love it. Love it.
Let kids be kids.
Yeah.
Let Ozzie Smith run onto the field and do some backflips and cartwheels and everything else.
Please. Please.
Let them have fun.
Yeah, let the kids have fun. You know who else is having fun?
Who else is having fun?
Drake and the Toronto Raptors.
Oh, yeah. Drake is definitely having a good old
How about that
time.
Kawhi Leonard?
Running up and down, giving fucking Nick Nurse fucking massages and fucking... Hopefully he doesn't start giving him the Robert Kraft treatment kind of massage in the middle of the fucking game.
Oh, watch your thumb, big guy.
Hey, the Pats do have yet another player going on a 4-game suspension, so...
Well,
I mean,
we'll get to that maybe, but
Yeah.
let's talk about Kawhi and the Raptors.
Yes.
wait, can I want to write a love letter to Drake real quick.
Let's do it.
Oh no.
Dear Drake, please use all this publicity to start your own rub and tug in the T-Dot. Signed, Sports on High. XOXO. Have Robert Kraft, Meek Mill there for the opening. The end.
We'll do a live stream from the grand opening.
I'll fly up there if Drake opens a massage parlor.
Yeah. If there's a fucking Drake massage parlor with fucking Robert Kraft and fucking Meek Mills out front for the opening, you damn right we're gonna be there.
So,
We'll be at the front of the media line for that shit, folks.
absolutely. Does this mean the curse of Drake is over?
No, but it could still be broken this year. Like, if he manages to not make an ass out of himself and they can actually beat the Warriors, which I don't think either of those things is possible, but if, then yes, the curse will be broken. But at this point, it is still in play.
No, it's not in play. It's all done.
And no, it's in play until they hoist the trophy.
Get out of here. They made it to the NBA championship.
They
Nobody
took
thought
they took another step. They made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. What, like Game 6 or 7 against LeBron?
No, they've never made it that far.
They
LeBron
were in
kicked
the
their ass.
finals against LeBron. Definitely farther than Game 5. I want to say they took it to Game 6 and lost.
You got to stop smoking that California weed. Get back on that Denver stuff.
Yeah.
Damn.
They never made it to the conference final.
Yeah, it was in the second round they met LeBron a few times, right?
Yeah, they never made it that
they
far, you crackhead.
No, look the shit up.
All right. God
You-
damn it.
Brady, you look it up. We'll talk of things that actually nonsense. I say the curse of Drake is over.
Okay.
Drake is going to have a blast. I would like to point out that I might have been one of the only people that said that Toronto would win. I stuck by it, even down 0-2. John, I told you, what bet did I tell you to take and to ride it?
All right. We started out before the series with a bet. It was a very modest bet. I have just a couple of dollars in a old poker account with some sportsbook action. So I bet $2.33 on the Raptors to win the series in 4, 5, or 6 games.
Raptors minus 1.5 games to win this.
Yeah.
And I don't think you need to tell everybody how low stakes you're playing for.
I'm just playing around, man. I'll tell them when I put a big bet down too.
The Toronto Raptors in 2016 lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference Finals in 6 games. My
Wow.
balls.
I stand corrected. Brady, my apologies.
No problem.
I can't believe that. I still don't believe it happened, though.
See?
Yeah, no one believes it happened because everybody knew Toronto was going to choke it.
Yeah, well, just
So,
like
I mean,
They took it for 6
they've
games?
taken one more step. I appreciate that they've taken one more step, and I would love for them to take another step. I just don't see it happening.
no, it's not going to happen. I mean,
Kawhi can't defend all 5 Warriors.
he's
Kawhi
sure going
is
to try.
one man. Oh, he absolutely is. But they are going to go fucking
Spread offense.
5-man spread, and they are going to make him run and run and run and run. And by the 4th quarter, he's not going to have the legs to contest the shots.
I want everybody to know right now. KD doesn't play.
Oh, no. KD and Boogie are both scratched for game 1 already.
The only way KD plays in this series is if Golden State splits with Toronto or loses both games in Toronto. If Golden State leaves Toronto up 2-0, KD's not coming back. But what I wanted to say was the MVP of this series will, without a doubt, 100% be an angry Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson will average 30-plus points this series. and he'll go for like 6 and 6, 6 assists, 6 rebounds, and will be the MVP of this finals.
Yeah, Clay's pissed off right now because he got snubbed for the NBA All-Star team, and that cost him a bunch of money in his max contract, $30 million.
$30 million, correct.
Did not make an All-NBA team. It's a joke the way they do the All-NBA team. It's a joke the way the writers vote on it. The fact that there's so many uninformed people. Because if you were to ask these same writers and you were to put them and have them do like give them all NBA 2K and tell them you're drafting your team, Klay Thompson would be in the first 15 picks.
Absolutely.
Irregardless of positions. Like the fact that you have to put a center or a forward, the fact that Klay Thompson can't be a small forward on that team when they clearly go small in the NBA all the time. The fact that LeBron's on that team, having played 50-some-odd games, and Klay Thompson's not on it, get the fuck out of here. The fact that you're putting Kemba, who's going to take Kemba over Klay? Seriously. Let's see how the bidding for those two goes this offseason. Let's see who's more coveted right now. They're both free agents. Who do you think teams want have a higher priority on? Kemba or Klay?
Klay. Unless for some reason they know they can't get Klay, then they try to make the move on Kemba. But
if you know you can't get in the Klay Thompson sweepstakes, then you definitely take your shot for Kemba instead. But
Kemba his team didn't even make the playoffs in the East, and it sucks. The bottom half of that.
The entire Hornets roster minus Kemba Walker is
what, Cleveland?
G League-ish?
That's not the point. The point is who's better at basketball. That's what we're supposed to be doing.
Basketball is a team sport. One person can make a bigger effect in basketball than in other sports, but basketball is still a team sport. One person cannot outscore a team. Kawhi Leonard cannot defend the entire... yes, but that's because he's fucking Kawhi. There's one of him, and there's 32 teams, and, let's be realistic. Yeah.
Let's be realistic.
Most of the Hornets team is pretty crappy.
Golden
and that's
State.
Someone who likes the Hornets and remembers the fucking the Muggsy Bogues, not Muggsy Bogues. God, who was the short guy on the Hornets with Grandma Ma?
Muggsy Bogues.
It was?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Yeah. The fucking.
They had Alonzo Mourning, Muggsy Bogues. They had Del Curry.
Yeah. Love
Congratulations,
Grandma Ma, Larry Johnson.
Can we talk about what really matters in the NBA right now?
Yeah, because it ain't Grandma Ma and Muggsy Bogues.
No,
it's not even this finals. Like it'll be fun to watch. It'll be fun to see what happens. But
no, the real drama in the NBA is going to happen July 1st when free agency kicks off.
No, it's already started. LeBron's having secret dinners. He's sending lots of text messages. Like, can we get that crazy asshole that ran the London papers that was hacking everybody's like text messages and stuff? Can we get this guy to come hack some of these text messages? Because that would be the greatest thing ever, to see what LeBron is actually texting Kawhi, what he's texting KD, what he's talking to Kyrie about.
If there was a way to actually splatter that out for public consumption, oh my God, people would, some people would love it, some people would hate it, some people would go ape shit over it.
Yeah, absolutely. Who do you think he's closest to getting?
I think Kyrie is a done deal right now.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that conversation earlier this year that everybody joked about was actually fucking the groundwork for this happening.
You mean that thing we talked about on Sports on High in February?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we can pat our own backs on that. We definitely talked about that a long time ago.
I'm just asking questions, Brady. That's all I'm doing. Don't get defensive.
It's all good.
Just take a few deep breaths.
Oh, God. Do you remember? I know Rich remembers. The great Barry Horowitz. Rich
Brady,
knows what I'm talking about.
You're really killing this today. You're just crushing today.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely a 30-year-old wrestling reference. I figured that'd be right in your wheelhouse, Rich.
I mean, right now you are the Blazing Saddles fart scene around a campfire, and you're the old guy telling me that it's the funniest thing he's ever seen in a movie. And I just,
okay.
I can't get behind you right now. I just can't. I can't do it.
It's okay.
Not one bit.
You don't have to ride on the train.
I can't.
You could just sit there at the railroad crossing and wait for it to pass.
Fantastic.
But the thing is, like, how is LeBron never caught for tampering? Like, the
he's
fact
a player.
is,
Tampering is only set up for executives. They just don't
No,
have the rules in place.
It is set up for players. He is technically not allowed to tamper, but you actually have to physically catch him in the act of tampering. There's no, like, it's not like with executives where they just can't have any contact. He can have all the contact he wants. He's not allowed to tamper, though. Like, this is a misnomer.
He can talk to them all he wants. He just can't talk to them about playing with them.
Let him catch wind that European dude's coming over here to fuck with his cell phone. He's gonna hit up Tom Brady and be like, "Yo, dude, how'd you destroy that shit?"
Well, what do you say? You threw it in the blender? Okay.
Yeah. Kingpin James has been in full effect recruiting everybody. And I think what everybody talked about last offseason when the Lakers didn't get anybody, that nobody wants to play with LeBron, we're going to find out that answer for
this
real.
year. Yeah.
Because LeBron is in full recruitment mode. He is going full college coach, dropping the duffel bags, just full on recruiting. And if he can't land a super team, then everybody's right, and nobody wants to play with LeBron.
Or several free agents are just going to show up in a Lakers uniform next year.
I don't understand how people aren't lining up to play with Giannis. Like, wouldn't Milwaukee be a better destination?
You would think.
I think some NBA players like the idea of Jason Kidd as their potential head coach. He is not the head coach at the moment, but the first time that team takes any kind of slide and gives fucking management any kind of reason, fucking
Vogel's gone.
Yeah, Vogel is out the door, and Jason Kidd is the interim head coach for the rest of the season. Guarantee it. Book it right fucking now. The first time they have any kind of like 5, 6, 7 game slide, maybe lose like 8 out of 10 in a month. Fucking, you better believe Frank Vogel's head is on the block and Jason Kidd is moving into that office.
I think everybody forgets how much NBA players actually like Frank Vogel as a head coach, because they really do.
Oh, he's a very likable guy for the players, but I don't think this is his job. He's just keeping the seat warm for this season for Jason Kidd, and then they're going to promote Kidd either when trouble hits or next year. One of the two.
Is everything that's happening, this whole quote unquote player empowerment movement, is this just a result of kids growing up with Madden? Is this John Madden's fault, everything that's happening right now? Because I know when
How do you think this is Madden's fault?
You could put this on AAU teams as well, because they do a very similar thing in AAU teams where they just go around and cherry pick the best players regionally and put them all on one traveling team together. And that's how all these NBA players know each other before they even get to college or high school or some shit, is because they've been playing on these traveling teams together.
Stop
for like 2 or 3 years.
Blaming AAU. Stop it. That's nonsense. That's how those kids got paid.
It's not all the problem. It's just part of it.
No, that's how they all got paid. That's not how they learned to play with each other. That's not how they learned how to manipulate a team in the salary cap. They learned all that by going in GM mode in Madden and GM mode in NBA 2K and learning how to trade players, learning how to sign players, learning how contracts were done. Like, that's all that was my favorite part of the game. You just start trading people. Listen, they all learned that you can't just get all the veterans on your team, because then after four years, your team is crap and you're left with all the crappy rookies that suck. You got to figure out how to acquire the draft picks and mesh it with under the salary cap. These players all grew up knowing, they probably know just as much about salary cap shit as the guys sitting in the front office. They do, because they all grew up playing Madden. I blame John Madden for the entire player empowerment era in all sports. And it's not even his fault. It's just his goddamn name and the people that created that video game. So maybe the real people we should all be pissed at is EA Sports.
Yeah, because I wouldn't even say it's Madden's fault. I figure it's whoever came up with GM mode, because Madden really just made a football game. You know, GM mode didn't come around till much later. There were many years of Madden that had no such thing as GM mode or fucking team builder or anything like that, where you were literally just playing seasons of football with sets of players. So
I simulated all that shit. I didn't want to play. I wanted to build fucking dynasties. And now you figure it out. You learn how to do it. All these guys did the same thing. They all know how to do it. They all know how to manipulate the salary cap.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's absolutely right. It's just that, yeah, the generation after ours had all that kind of shit in the game, you know?
Right. Where we grew up having to learn that shit.
Yeah, we had the basic versions of the games, you know?
Yeah, we grew up cheering for bad signings. Oh, he signed that veteran to a terrible contract. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen anymore.
Not untrue.
I'm just saying. I blame John Madden and EA Sports for everything that we have to deal with now with NBA players moving around all over the place. But it does make for fun. We need to catch the kingpin in his actions of breaking all the rules. I hope somebody talks about it. I hope somebody catches him. And I wonder what the penalty is going to be. Are they going to get a Patriots-like penalty of taking away draft picks, fining the team? And is this how Kobe wins the Game of Thrones in LA?
And takes it from LeBron?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Because let's not lose sight of that big battle that's happening there. It's a long-term battle.
So on the short-term side of things, instead of all these long-term battles, Rich, for Game 1, have we hit the point where we have 75+% people betting on the Warriors for Game 1?
I doubt it.
People seem to think that if Toronto is going to win a game in this series, it's going to be Game 1 at home. So they seem to be giving like a lot of rust credence here.
It's too early. There's not any numbers on it yet.
All right, I think we need to keep an eye on that, because if the votes start swinging too hard Toronto's way, there may be a need for maybe like a Twitter alert from our account to let our followers know to put their money the other way.
Maybe we'll come back Wednesday night, and we'll do a quick little hitter on how to make money in the Golden State Toronto series, because there's some opportunities.
Okay, cool. I'm down.
I think Clay for MVP. Yeah, there's nothing up because there's too much in question. People don't know if Kawhi's hurt. They don't know if Kevin Durant's coming back. It's just there's a lot of early lines. You can find stuff places, but it's going to be my recommendations are going to be Clay for MVP, Golden State -1.5 games, and then you're going to have to kind of watch and see what happens and where some of these lines fall. Because Draymond's going to be a beast too during this series. Who's guarding Draymond? Marc Gasol? Draymond take his lunch money, his brother's lunch money, and then he's going to shit in both their lunch boxes.
Yeah. Dude, the both Gasol brothers together could not guard Draymond Green. They are not athletic enough. He is going to run around them, over them, under them, maybe even kick them in the balls as he's going by.
No,
mean,
but Marc Gasol had a great assignment last series with slow ass Brooke Lopez or Robin Lopez.
Brooke.
And Brooke made him look terrible.
Yeah.
Brooke's slow moving ass was moving the ball and getting points. It was crazy.
Yep. So what's Draymond gonna fucking do? He's gonna go all over the motherfucking place. Mm-hmm. He's gonna do whatever he wants to do.
It's just there's too many mismatches for Golden State, and that's not even counting Boogie or Kevin Durant. Yeah. So,
do you think we'll see either one of those guys in the series?
Only if Golden State loses one of the first two games. Okay. KD can't come back. If they win both games, what's he going to do? Come back and risk them losing a game at home and looking like a real schmuck?
Yeah. If he comes back and they win, it's not because of him. And if he comes back and they lose, it's absolutely because of him. So there is no reward for him coming back unless they've already lost a game. Unless he's there for game one. If he's there game one for the tip and they still win in Toronto game one, then I feel like no one can really say shit.
Katie's already hanging out with his thick little lady, his beastly strong lady, having a good time, making plans to take over the world. Him and Rich Kleiman are like pinky in the brain right now. They're just figuring out how to take over the world. It'll be all right. KD will be fine.
Oh, KD will be fine. Will the Knicks survive the KD offseason?
I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's up in the air. I think, if
it's
KD
already looking like Kyrie's not going to the Knicks. Do we think fucking KD might not go to the Knicks too, and Stephen A can just have like a full-on nuclear meltdown about how it sucks to be a Knicks fan?
I'm just saying.
Didn't he have that on draft night?
Yes, he did. Oh, not draft night, but draft order night when they fucking did the draft lottery. Yeah, he had a fucking meltdown.
Thanks.
So what if he doesn't get KD or Kyrie, and he's left with fucking R.J. Barrett and what they already have?
I'm just saying. What if Kawhi? He's in Golden State. They're in between games. Him and KD are out to dinner. KD's like, hey, why don't we just go down the coast, have a few laughs, hang out in L.A., wear some Clippers jerseys. You don't have to carry all the load. I'll take the score and you play some D. Relax. Take half the season off. It'll be all right. I'm not worried. We'll bang a couple championships out. We'll make all these guys eat a little shit. Kawhi, you don't even have to talk. I got Twitter on lockdown. I got people that talk for me.
Goddamn, all three of those motherfuckers in Clippers uniforms. That's unfair.
I'm
all
just
three.
saying.
I heard KD and Kawhi. Who was the third?
I thought he was talking about Kyrie too.
Oh no, I think that was just
No, Kyrie's out.
And Kawhi together. Holy shit.
That's nasty. That's probably the two best players in the world right now on the same team.
Possibly.
Yeah, possibly. Giannis in the mix, but what if the whole KD Draymond thing? What if KD's there going, hey, they don't respect you. You're not going to get the cash. You're not going to make an all-NBA team. Why don't you come down the coast? I'll take care of you. I'll introduce you to some people. We'll make up this money that you're missing out in a little tech startup. Draymond, I love you, brother. Come on. It'll be good. We'll kiss and make up. It'll be all right.
I don't think that's a kiss and make up situation. I don't think those two like each other. I think they put up with each other for the sake of the team, but I don't think that's something that a team that doesn't have the pedigree of Golden State could withstand.
Listen, there's two things I know. Brothers fight, and that brothers don't shake hands, they hug. And we're going to get a KD Draymond hug.
Tommy Boy reference, that beats you.
Yeah, he definitely got me with the Tommy Boy reference.
Yep.
But the NBA is going to be
put the
fun.
deer on the hood of the car.
That's terrible, Brady. That's terrible, terrible, terrible,
Terrible.
terrible. You got to do better than that. I mean, at least cite the shrimp cocktail scene so you can sell somebody on something, or come back with. So you're just cruising down the road, and this guy's been drinking a little too much, and next thing you know, rah, rah, rah. Like, come on, pull a real reference out of your ass. Don't strap a deer to the goddamn hood of the car.
Brady's got days of solid gold, and then he's got days where he misses more than he hits.
Yeah. I'm okay with that.
Just keep swinging, Brady. You'll hit one.
That's what I do. I just keep swinging, and sometimes I hit them, sometimes I don't.
That's all right. Can we talk about college basketball for a second?
Absolutely. What do you want to talk about in college basketball?
I'm very confused at the moment. The FBI is investigating college basketball for dropping a lot of bags, right?
Yeah.
That's happening. I'm not confused about this. Yet, college basketball seems to be saying, that's all right. We're going to drop more bags. We're going to bring Penny in. Penny's just going to do his thing. He's going to steal from other teams. He's just going to all of a sudden be a recruiting machine. You got Jeff Capel, Duke's #1 bag dropper, all of a sudden in Pittsburgh. It's like he sent a memo down to Penny and is like, hey, these are the bags you buy. This is how much cash you put in it. This is where you make the drop. This is how you do it. And all of a sudden, we got Juwan Howard and the Fab Five,
in Michigan.
The original kings of comedy. I mean, bag dropping, back in the house in Michigan. We got Jalen Rose ready to bring Michigan back to dominance. They're talking about reuniting the Fab Five. And you're telling me that all of a sudden, Under Armour and East Bay and JanSport aren't increasing their sales in Michigan because there's a lot of bags that need to be bought so they can be dropped out there. And I just don't understand why nobody seems to think that this is just college basketball thumbing its nose at the FBI, the NCAA. Will Wade, he's back. He's all of a sudden getting top 25 guys again. They just said, all those wiretaps you saying you're paying players, it's okay. We'll just make it inadmissible. You're back reinstated. Drop a few more bags. Get a few more high-end recruits. It'll all work out. What is going on in college basketball? No one cares. No one says a word about it.
No.
There's more money flowing through there than at Alabama's football team right now. This is insane.
Yeah, I'm literally looking at the ESPN NCAA men's basketball page, and there is nothing there about anything FBI related, bag money related. It's all recruits for Memphis and whose draft day stock is rising and fucking bringing the Fab Five back. Oh man, yeah, there is absolutely nothing on here that would lead you to in any way. Oh wait, here's someone for Kansas that won an appeal.
Yeah,
So
he got
they're gonna,
paid
yeah,
too, and they
he's
just said,
so he's
back.
not even getting sent away. He fucking won his appeal. So it's like, oh look, nothing's wrong. See, we're winning our appeals, and it's like, dude, there's nothing here that has anything to do with it. So a bunch of Josh Green stuff. Fucking, let's see. Yeah, like there is nothing scandal related on this fucking website. This is sad. I've gone through like 30 or 40 articles here. There is nothing scandal related.
It's not sad. It's amazing. Let them have fun. Let these kids get paid. The NCAA doesn't want to pay them. Just let the money flow. Open the floodgates. Blow up the dam. Just fuck it.
I'm
Let's
just saying,
do
if you
it.
want to claim to be an amateur athletic institution, maintain your standards. There's the G League now. We'll put more money in the G League, and kids can go, if they want to go get paid and get exposure, they can go play on a G League team for a year. Or, oh, look, wait, they can go into the NBA at 18 now. So, if they're that good, they don't have to wait anymore. So, at this point, we don't really need college basketball. It's really just there to entertain people that went to that college. Like that's the only
well, that's
purpose
a
that
lot of
college
people.
basketball serves.
Knock it off. Knock it off
To just
altogether, Brady. Just knock it.
sentimentality and
Stop it.
fucking
No, no, no.
oh, I remember my
No.
college days and going to basketball games. Like that. Like that's half of why people watch that shit anyway. The basketball sucks.
You know who you
The
sound
NBA
like?
is a much better basketball product.
You know who you sound like right now? Bob Bryant talking about baseball. Knock it off. Let him have fun.
Oh, that's low. That's
Let them
low,
have
sir.
fun, goddammit. Let these kids get paid. Let them get new Escalades. Let the car dealerships pay them. Let people be tribal and root for their college team, and let all these kids run amok. Just make it the wild, wild west, and we don't have to pretend it's anything other than fun and entertaining. Let them make super teams in college. Who gives a fuck? Did Zion not entertain you? Was he not Russell Crowe
Are
in
you not
Gladiator this year?
entertained? Yeah, well,
Was he not?
you're absolutely right.
Was he not Maximus this year?
And
His parents
guess
got a
where
house out
Maximus
of
is
it.
going? New Orleans. Sorry about that shit.
Listen. Everybody got what they wanted. His parents got a house. Zion had a blast. He made some friends. He's gonna get paid.
Oh, he's gonna get fucking paid, but
So
he's gonna
let
have to
him have
play.
fun.
Well, honestly, I can't really see that it's that bad to play in New Orleans because I feel like New Orleans would be a fun place to be. It's not like there isn't nightlife in New Orleans. It's not, New York City. It's not Los Angeles, but I mean, there's fun shit to do in New Orleans.
And listen, if you're a small school and you're
Good
complaining
food.
that the playing field is not even, that you can't get enough players because they have more money than you, well, guess what? Hey, alumni of your small school, get better at life. Make more fucking money so that you can buy your own players for your goddamn school. Otherwise, shut the fuck up and leave me alone and let me enjoy this shit.
Alumni,
I can't.
how much do you love your school? You
Get
obviously
better-
don't love your
fucking
school
better
that
at life.
much because look at how terrible your team is. They should be
Yeah.
buying much better players with the money that you're sending them. So send them some more money so they can buy some better players.
Get better at the goddamn game of life and buy your fucking basketball team. Buy your football team. Fuck it, buy a lacrosse team or a goddamn swimming team that you can cheer for. But, don't bitch and moan that the playing field is uneven. We all have a chance at life. Get fucking better. Do better. Don't complain. Don't cry to me. Don't cry to me over your bullshit. God damn it, I'm a fucking Bills fan. I don't cry about that shit. We just light tables on fire and jump through them. So fuck you, bitches. Get better at life.
Yeah, get better at life.
Get better at life.
Wide
Free
right.
college basketball. Let them all get paid. Bring back the Fab Five. Bring Chris Webber to Michigan. Pay everybody. And let's have some goddamn fun.
Yeah.
I mean, at
And
a certain
goddamn
point,
it-
why not just, pay your coach an obscene amount of money and have it just kind of be understood that, your coach makes $5 million a year, but like 1.5 of those millions is being like divided up into cash bags that are all being distributed out to his recruits.
There was actual NCAA coach that suggested that.
I think there was one coach that was doing it and actually got caught, or maybe had an assistant coach doing it for him, but he was taking it out of his own pay. Like, he was literally like taking his own money and fucking giving it to players.
I don't see. Has anybody checked Coach K's bank statements?
I'm sure somebody in the FBI has.
Yeah.
I doubt it. There is zero chance that anybody's looked into Coach K or what Jeff Capel did while he was there, or how any of those people ended up at the Brotherhood. Yeah, they're a brotherhood of people that got paid to be there. They're a private university. Their shit's not on the books. You can't ask. Nobody knows. They don't
This
have
is
to
true.
tell. It's
Yeah.
don't tell. You know why? Because, goddamn it, they're good at life, they're goddamn alumni. So guess what? They get the best basketball team. That's how it works.
And if you have Ivy League level money, you too can go to Duke University. Because
They're not in the Ivy.
No, but they charge almost if you look at Duke's annual tuition and Ivy League annual tuition, it's almost the exact same. Duke thinks very highly of themselves and charges appropriately.
All right, guys. So that's enough. That's enough college basketball. We're gonna move on. There's one last basketball story. Rich, you were telling us off air. This was the most intriguing story of the week for you.
What, Dennis Rodman's son committing to Washington State?
No, dude. How about Russell Westbrook beating up Tiger Woods at the poker table?
That is pretty
all right.
awesome.
Well, that's a misnomer. Russ was all in. Tiger had him covered. Ace King versus Queen. Flop came. They had one card exposed at the start, and it was an ace. They pulled the 3 cards over, and there's a queen in the middle. Russ won the race, but neither guy got knocked out. But it's just fun, the fact that Russ and Tiger are sitting next to each other at the same goddamn poker table. So let me ask you, because the real question I wanted to know from this, Russ and Tiger get up. They're both knocked out of the tournament. Let's say magically they're knocked out at the same time.
Yeah.
There's one girl at the bar. She's a goddamn 12. Russ and Tiger walking up. Who gets the girl?
I gotta say Tiger.
Yeah, I go with Tiger for hairline be damned. I think Tiger would be smoother than Russ would.
You don't think Russ is more of an alpha than Tiger?
More of an alpha, maybe, but smooth with the ladies, Tiger Woods.
I'm not. And let's throw out the fact that Russ is happily married.
Tiger Woods, y'all.
I'm just saying, throw out that Russ is happily married. You don't think that
throw out
Russ
the Tiger.
is
He's
game?
got a happily, down bitch.
He's happy.
Tiger's happy too. They're both happy all as is. They don't need the pussy, but I still feel like Tiger would be the one going home with it.
You both think that Tiger he's the alpha, the biggest swinging dick?
I think he's better with the ladies than Russell.
And yeah, I do. Obviously, you don't.
I'm just saying I don't know. Russell's so alpha. He's so aggro.
He may come off as too much of a dick. That's all. When he gets around women in a social setting, he might come off a bit abrasive. Where I feel like Tiger's game with the ladies is smooth. Like Tiger's on that Billy D. Williams level shit. Like he's just gonna walk
all right,
up,
I'm convinced. I switched. I'm with
Westbrook. Look how many buttons Westbrook has unbuttoned on his shirt just sitting at the table. You don't think he just unbuttons all of them when he gets up and lets the 8-pack flow and is just like walking around like Fabio without the hair, like as him and Tiger walk up? Like if you're like, I'm just questioning, like, but does Tiger have a better talking game?
That's
like, what's Tiger's pickup line versus Russ's pickup line? Like, is Russ just all jackhammer and Tiger's just smooth?
That's what I think it would be. I think Russ is going to be trying too hard. He's going to be pushing too hard. And I think Tiger's just going to be coming in smooth pimp player and fucking he's just going to do his thing.
We'll see what happens. I don't know. I just thought that when I saw that, my question was, who gets the lady? I thought that was the more important question to ask. I mean, we know if Aaron Rodgers and David Bakhtiari are walking up to the bar, we know who's getting that lady, and it's not Aaron Rodgers.
No,
because that man can't even chug 2/3 of a beer. Like I'm not even sure.
That was a sad,
I'm not even sure Aaron Rodgers is a goddamn American. We can't even call him a Canadian because a Canadian would have put that down in half the time.
Like, oh yeah, a Canadian would have drank the fuck out of that beer.
Like I don't even know what country would claim Aaron Rodgers a man that can't chug a beer like that.
Like he's from California.
It's the most California thing ever. Can't hold your own courtside at a basketball game. Your fucking lineman throws 2 beers back.
2. And then they come back to him after Rodgers fails to chug a beer, and he chugs a 3rd. He's like, oh yeah, and just frosting on the cake here. Let me down another beer in your face.
Like, where did he get these beers from? Was there like a pseudo man show going on at that time? Like old school man show? Were they like ziggy zaggy ziggy zaggy oi oi oi?
I think that man had his own private like beer stand, like around, like directly behind him, where they were just like, there was a waitress whose job was to make sure he had a full beer in his hand the whole time, and there was somebody right around the corner with a keg and a tap and a big stack of cups, like literally just making sure that there were beers available, because they knew that large man was going to crush a large amount of beer.
Like, is he just the guy that says, give me 2, and then when you come back, bring 2 more? That's who he is?
Yeah, I'll take 2 now, and when you come back with those 2, go ahead and put an order in for 2 more, because these ain't going to last.
Now, I do like the fact that Tom Brady chugs beer like a real man while Aaron Rodgers does not.
Really? I've never seen Tom Brady chug a beer.
He chugged a beer on, I believe, Jimmy Kimmel or who's the other little annoying twat?
Jimmy Fallon?
Gordon.
Jimmy Fallon. There it is, yeah.
Okay. I mean, good for him. I'm glad he at least has the chug ability.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Aaron Rodgers is hanging out with Vin Diesel, who doesn't know how to drink a goddamn Corona like a man either. Have you ever seen Vin Diesel, how he holds a Corona in the Fast and Furious movies? No. It's like he's never held a goddamn beer in his life. It's like he's drinking out of a goddamn teacup. It's the worst thing ever.
So he got the pinky up and everything?
Yeah. Holds it all awkward at the very top of the beer. It's just... everything about it is wrong. But the bigger question about Aaron Rodgers is, does this mean he's done? Is Aaron Rodgers no longer a top 5 quarterback? Because I don't know if my NFL quarterback can be this un-American.
Yeah, I need my NFL quarterback to chug a beer, goddammit.
Yeah, Tom Brady can.
He don't need to chug a beer faster than me, but he needs to at least be able to chug a beer with me.
You know what? Drew Brees is a little guy, and I bet Drew Brees could throw one back still.
Yeah. Dude, Drew Brees has lived in New Orleans for how long? I guarantee that dude has tossed a beer back.
I mean, Drew Brees is probably out there throwing back, hurricanes and hand grenades.
Yeah,
he's living that ludicrous life down there.
Yeah, fucking Mardi Gras, motherfucker. Yeah, and he's been there for a while, so... he's got his stripes.
Maybe this should be the secondary criteria to how we judge our NFL quarterbacks. First, how well did they do in the wifey department?
Yep.
Second, can they chug a beer like a man? Because I'll tell you who else can't chug a beer like a man. Jared Goff can't chug a beer like a man. That's 100%. There is a 0% chance that Jared Goff can throw one back.
I'm gonna go ahead and put Andy Dalton in that same category. I don't think Andy Dalton can chug a beer.
But you know who can? I guarantee it. For all his faith, I'm not even sure if he drinks or not. But Phillip Rivers, that dude can throw it back if he wants to. Because I bet he wears goddamn cowboy boots around the house.
He does wear cowboy boots around the house, and I would assume, he was definitely drunk in college when I brought him pizza one time, so I assume he drinks or has drunk in the past.
This should be the secondary criteria. How hot is your wifey? Yeah. And can you chug a beer? That's how I'm picking my quarterback this year.
Did you see Tom Brady chug this beer?
Threw it back, and then he realized he left a little foam at the bottom, and he said, "That's not American. I'm gonna finish
Hold
it."
Hold on. Let me.
You want to see the replay, Brady?
Yeah, go for it. Because he crushed that beer.
Smashed. And then he's like, "Oh shit!"
And then he's like, "Oh shit, that's not right."
Well done.
And he still won.
Well done. Yeah, and he still beat Colbert. Well done, Tom. Who knew the man could crush a beer like that? Because he put that pint down.
He smashed. Good job.
Yeah.
So, all right, let me ask you this.
Small amount of applause for Tom Brady's drinking habits.
What you got?
Let me ask you this. You got a little poker game going. So it's the three of us, and we gotta have 3 more NFL QBs to come and hang out at our poker game.
Oh no.
Who's coming to our poker game? Everybody gets one. They don't even have to be playing right now. They can be retired.
Oh.
Okay, but they had to be a quarterback.
Yes. You want mine? I'll tell you mine.
Who's yours?
I'm going with the sports on high, favorite quarterback, all of our favorites. Give me Smoking Jay Cuddy. He doesn't even have to wear pants at the goddamn thing. I'm bringing Jay Cutler to our little poker party.
That's a good call. That's just like snark, and like that's going to be a lot of fun.
Who do you got, Brady?
Jimmy Grapes.
Who?
Jimmy Garoppolo?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're in. You know what? Jimmy G can stand in the corner and 10 bar.
Interesting I figure he's got some real interesting stories, and who knows, he might be good at cards.
All right, so you know who I've got that's going to definitely have interesting stories, and Jimmy G's going to be enthralled with, not enthralling the table?
Yeah.
Broadway Joe Namath.
Oh, that's perfect. That's what you need right there. We need some Broadway Joe at the table.
Can I invite 2 more people now? Because I don't like Brady's pick at all. It really hurt my feelings. Can we get Tony Romo at this goddamn thing?
No Cowboys. Can we get...
Sell me on Tony Romo.
Who's... Tony Romo's like he is the sunshine. He is the sun to Jay Cutler's moon. He is just a different version of Jay Cutler. He's going to have tons of interesting shit to talk about. He's not going to spill your secrets. Hell, he'll probably even bring the weed. I guarantee you Tony Romo's sparking up and having a good time. That dude's going to bring a nice bottle of tequila. He's going to bring a little weed for everybody, and it's going to be a good-ass time. And then the other guy that I'm inviting goddamn Jim Kelly. You know why? Because that dude's going to pack a lip and drink a beer at the same time. And he is going to be a man's man at that table. And he's going to hang out with Broadway Joe. And they're going to talk about the old days and the way things used to be. And then we got the young guys sitting at the other side of the table, pulling them in and listening intently and giving their little shit. And Jay Cutler will be fucking just sniping on everybody. It'll be great.
What about, not to bring back the recently deceased or anything, how about a little Bart Starr? Some real fun Paul Hornung stories, talking shit about Vince Lombardi. I feel like Bart Starr could probably be fun at a poker table.
If John had sound effects, he would just play the "Let's Make a Deal." Boom, boom, boom. Like, hey, good for you for trying to bring up some relevant stuff, but fuck that.
Party, man. Let's find a partier.
Yeah, I just want, you'd be better off asking Crab Legs Jameis to come.
No,
he can bring the food.
At that point, you'd want Baker Mayfield at the table.
Oh, Baker and Johnny Manziel come and double date?
Wow.
Those are the guys that show up at 4 a.m. They're like, hey, is anybody going home? Can we get a seat at the table, guys?
Hey, guys, yeah, we're ready to play.
Yeah. 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 That's definitely how that goes. As everyone else is cashing out for the night, those two show up fucking zooted with like just the least little bit of white stuff up underneath one nostril. And then all of a sudden the game gets going again.
We'll let Troy Aikman be the dealer. That way everybody can tell him that everything he accomplished was meaningless, and then nobody likes him.
That's fair. If we're going to have fucking Troy Aikman deal, then we can have my first pick tending bar.
Yeah, that's what Jimmy G's there for. He's there to tend bar and bring the ladies to the bar and have a bunch of eye candy at the bar.
All right, I can live with that.
And you know what the crazy part is? Because we can't leave out the GOAT. But the GOAT wouldn't actually play. He's the guy hosting the game. Tom Brady's there, dressed all dapper to the nines, just greeting everybody at the door, and he just takes his little
styles.
He just takes his little rake, his little percentage of the game, doesn't actually lose anything, but always comes out ahead.
That sounds like Tom Brady.
Standing there, just hands full of Super Bowl rings, shaking hands as people come in.
And somehow Belichick owns the whole goddamn place that we're playing in, and really is the one that makes out.
That sounds about right.
I think so.
And that's the history of the NFL for you.
Robert Kraft is in the spa at the back.
Robert Kraft's paying to be downstairs at the spa.
Yep, he's definitely paying the little Oriental ladies down at the spa for some extra treatment.
All right, now let's take a quick step back while we were talking about Tiger Woods. How about Tiger Woods with the fans?
Oh, I love it. I love that Tiger he's Tiger Unleashed. Some guy tells Tiger he bet $100K on him to win the Grand Slam. Tiger called him a dumbass.
Yep.
It's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
He didn't sugarcoat it at all. He just called him a dumbass, huh?
Like
Just
straight
a
Happy
dumbass.
Gilmore, jackass.
You will not make this putt,
You
jackass.
jackass. No.
I love that Tiger is unleashed.
Yeah,
Oh,
Tiger's definitely back, I think, in full Tiger mode, not giving a fuck.
People better watch out. I know he didn't play up to Tiger level at the PGA, but we got 2 more Opens coming up. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. Tiger's going to get a little bit of that European goodness. It'll be fun.
I wonder what the ratings were like without Tiger in contention at all.
Half, probably.
I would assume.
Wow.
Like, I don't understand how every golfer on the PGA Tour, every time they see Tiger, doesn't shake that man's hand for the amount of money that they've all made because of Tiger Woods. Like, the actual earnings on the PGA Tour have gone up like 500% since Tiger joined it. How do they not all just thank him and kiss his ass? They should be bringing him offerings like he won the goddamn Game of Thrones. That's what they should do. They should all just constantly be bringing him offerings every time they come through, because every private jet one of those assholes gets on was bought and paid for by Tiger and his hard work.
What do you think, Brady?
It's true. I mean, but the fact of the matter is, when Tiger first broke onto the scene, 75% of the PGA Tour did not have, let's say, the Tiger physique. Let's say they were more along the lines of the Phil Mickelson physique, and maybe even a chubbier version of Phil Mickelson's physique.
Sure.
So,
They were all Fuzzy Zeller and Chichi Rodriguez. Little gut hanging over the belt.
Yeah, Tiger came out there as the first real athlete in golf. Yes, he had amazing golf talent, but he was also an amazing athlete. And there had been plenty of people with great golf talent before Tiger, but they didn't have the body that Tiger had honed. I mean, that dude was fucking ripped when no one else on the course was ripped.
And now they're all ripped, right?
Yeah,
all
now they're
golfers
all
just...
fucking six packs and fucking beef arms.
Tiger
fucking
used
Brooks
to outdrive
Koepka's out there fucking just fucking benching weight.
Tiger used to out-hit everybody by like 30 yards.
Yeah. Now everyone's
they all
hitting
hit.
Tiger distance. Yeah.
They all hit that now. Like 300 was great back in the day. They all hit 350 now.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah,
And
they
part of
had
that's-
to stretch the course at the Masters because Tiger fucking crushed so many of the par fives in like 2 shots.
They've done it like 7 times since Tiger's
Yeah,
been
they've kind. Well, I mean, golf has changed dramatically from the late 70s, early 80s into like Tiger era in the 90s, and now what we have today with a much more physically conditioned group of golfers at the top of the PGA Tour. Not just 1 or 2 guys, but a large group of talented physical specimens playing the game.
If just like in all sports, if golf wants better ratings, mic the fucking golfers. Let us hear what they talk about.
Yeah, don't just give us the fucking guy standing over in the woods with a fucking parabolic mic trying to fucking catch a few words. Put a mic on the caddy and let us hear what's going on between the golfer and the caddy.
Let me hear Bruce Koepka talk shit to everybody, because that's what I want. I want to hear Bruce Koepka's trash talk. I want to know, is he as good as Gary Payton?
I don't think anyone in professional golf is Gary Payton level trash talking.
I don't know.
I
Have
think
you
it's
heard
way
the
too
stories
wonder
about
bread of a
Koepka?
story.
Koepka talks a lot of shit.
Yeah, but it's all like Canadian talking shit. You know, like there's no profanities, and it's, you know, oh,
Koepka is
your
a
golf
goddamn
game is
American.
terrible today, sir. You know, like I guarantee you, no one on the PGA Tour right now has looked at someone else this year and said, you know, I was fucking your mother last night. That has never happened.
Didn't. No, nobody probably said I fucked your mother last night, because that shit went out in the 90s, Brady. But I definitely think
I don't think they used that level.
I definitely think that some of these young kids have whispered in Phil's ear, your daughter was looking at me. I guarantee you, they talk real shit out there. And they bet ridiculous sums of money on stuff.
Oh,
ridiculous!
That I believe that like in game, like in tournament betting is like a real thing between these motherfuckers, because they will fucking be like, oh yeah, fucking 10 grand, you don't make that fucking putt all day long, and
like
they fucking mean it. Fucking that gets settled up in the fucking locker room after the round.
Like, I'm sorry, but we want everybody to understand what things are really like. In this day and age, it's all about transparency and entertainment. What would be more entertaining than having Koepka and Tiger there? Koepka talking shit to Tiger, Tiger pulling an MJ, looking up at Koepka and going, 100 grand, I sink this putt. Not even looking down and fucking knocking it in the hole.
Yeah,
just
look
right
in
his face.
In the eye the whole time. Not even looking at the ball.
You're telling me that doesn't happen? Closest to the pin right now, 50 grand. I would watch golf every weekend if that's what I got. I would be glued to my TV and riveted to see what kind of shit these guys talk to get into each other's heads. Like, are the caddies betting on this? I want to know, what kind of shit do the caddies talk?
We would need, like, to make it an official part of the tournament, you would almost need to have, like, the commentators doing, you know, like, side stat updates. It's like, all right, here's how the tournament is going for today, and here we have this pairing, and Justin Rose is down 50 grand to Brooks Koepka today. Brooks Koepka has turned Justin Rose into his own personal ATM machine and is withdrawing his life savings at the moment. Let's see, and they'll just go through all the pairings, and first you would get the tally of the score, and then you would get the tally of, you know, who was cleaning who out at the bank all throughout the tournament. And I feel like that would be hilarious.
Norman Chad needs a side gig. Get Norman Chad to be on this kind of thing. Can we do something? Like, make an app. Just give me the PGA app and let me fucking watch this ridiculousness that goes on. That's all I want. Like, let me in. Let me love golf in an unholy kind of way. Like,
let's take a little bit of the squeak off of golf and let's enjoy some of the dirtiness.
Like, can we get all the wives and girlfriends of NBA players in suites for these games and just simulcast live the chatter that goes on in these suites with the wives and girlfriends of basketball players of opposing teams? Can we get a simulcast of the shit talking that goes on in that place?
That would be awesome.
That needs to go hand in hand with our Big Brother real world type situations with every team before the games.
Oh, how great would it be if we had a celebrity Big Brother of just NBA players, of guys like LeBron, KD, Kyrie, Kawhi, put Jimmy Butler in there, get anybody else that's recruiting and just stick them all in a Big Brother house and have it be Celebrity Summer NBA Big Brother with all the free agents and major players every year. And let's put the goddamn tampering on full display.
Yeah. Let's not only admit that there's tampering, but let's enjoy the tampering.
Like, John, you watch Big Brother. What kind would you miss? Would that be appointment television for you?
I mean, Big Brother is appointment television for me, but yeah, I mean, I'd be riveted.
You'd have friends over. You'd have watch parties for this shit.
I've definitely seen John get up and leave a social gathering because it was Big Brother time. So I would not be the least bit surprised.
He's right about that, you know.
Good for you. I don't mind. Hey, you gotta like what you gotta like.
Oh yeah, I like it.
I'm not shy. I watch Vanderpump Rules. Go fuck your mother if you don't like it.
Hell yeah. I don't know what that is, but good for you.
It's restaurant trash TV. It's a reality show for a restaurant called Sir in Beverly Hills, owned by Lisa Vanderpump.
Actually, oddly enough, they featured one of the actresses from that show on another weird show I watch, Adam Ruins Everything.
I really liked Adam Conover until he was on the Rogan podcast, and then just the ridiculousness that spewed out of his mouth on that podcast. I can't watch that show anymore because Adam literally ruined everything for me by letting me hear him talk as a normal person.
Okay, well then I will avoid that podcast because I'm entertained by Adam Ruins Everything.
Yeah, So let's finish with this. Well, one more thing before we get to your beloved sport. Can we talk about Chris Long basically saying that any NFL player that fails a test for marijuana is a fucking idiot?
Yes, because
wasn't that the subtext of what he really said? You get tested once a year. You know when it's coming.
Yeah, and
you just give it up for a month.
You only get put on the random drug test after you failed one of these drug tests. So,
well, it's true. If you only got one a year, you really need to figure out a way to pass that.
Yeah. No, I mean, he was also absolutely right when he said, during that month or 2 months of not smoking the weed, maybe you're reaching for the pills a little more. Maybe you're reaching for the bottle a little bit more. They're still trying to find the relief that they can't get while they're sobering up to pass their drug test. So, they still have to go reach to those other vices, to those other crutches to get through. But, after the test, I don't see why they don't just go right back to, as Stephen A. Smith would say, the weed.
Stephen A. Smith needs to get his head out of his reefer madness ass and just stop being such a weirdo about it. Stephen A., it'll be all right. Someday we'll get you high. You'll be all right. You'll understand what it's really about, and you won't talk all this shit about stuff you know nothing about. Like, it's just his viewpoints and the way he talks about it couldn't be any more ignorant and arrogant ever. And I don't know how NBA players show him any respect for some of the things he says.
For sure.
Yeah, well.
And if Stephen A. Smith ever wants to actually have an intellectual debate, not a yelling match, I'll debate him in any form he wants, on Twitter, via Skype. Hell, I'll go to Bristol and I'll sit down with him and he can shout all he wants. But he's not going to win because he doesn't actually have any science on his side or any intelligence on this information. He's just shouting for like crazy old people. It's unbelievable. You would think that somebody who's a journalist would have a little more integrity to try and understand something before he just starts shouting from the rooftops about it.
Yeah, for sure.
I will Pierce Morgan his ass the same way that Neil Young did when talking about gun control. Intellectual reference. Don't worry about it. But Pierce Morgan started shouting and sounded like a clown.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
all right.
Hockey. You guys, let's go. Let's hear your thoughts because I don't think that we actually have an NHL championship.
All right.
I think we're just waiting to coronate the Bruins.
I don't know about the NHL, but the only team that could probably defeat Canada in the World Hockey Finals actually did. And Canada lost to Finland 3-1 on Sunday. So.
All right, and in hockey that people might care about, the St. Louis Blues are going to be up against Boston, and my brain tells me Boston's going to win this, but St. Louis has the best story. Last year, they were the last place team in the league, and now they're playing for the Cup. So they've done a complete turnaround in just a year. I believe near the end of December of this year, they were close to last place. They fired their coach.
Last place.
You know, so it has been an incredible 2019 for the St. Louis Blues. And I'd like to see it continue. Now, maybe a small percentage of that is I'm still bitter that Boston beat the ever-loving snot out of the Hurricanes. But it is what it is. Let's go Blues.
I feel like the Blues are due. This seems like one of those weirdly historical moments in sports where after 50-plus years of not being in the Stanley Cup Finals, the Blues have finally made it back to the finals to play the team that swept them out when they played in their last finals 50 years ago. So at that point, it almost feels like the Blues are trying to, in the words of Robin Williams, exorcise the demons. And, you know, there's always, the power of the Schwartz. And there's no stopping the power of the Schwartz.
We almost made it 2 weeks without it.
No, sorry.
All right. Well, that's pretty much that's my wrap on hockey right now. Let's go Blues.
Pretty much.
Tuukka Rask was the hottest goaltender in the world coming into the series. Is he going to be able to keep that up, or did the big long break that Boston got break his momentum? Because by the time the game starts tomorrow night, it's going to be what?
6 days? 7 days?
Longer than that. Since it's been almost 2 weeks since Carolina's been out. No, maybe not that long.
No.
It feels like it's been forever. Let's take a look.
It might be 9 days.
It's been a long time for both teams, and you don't think that the Bruins are going to bring out Gronk to hype up the crowd and reignite everything? Come on, man.
I think they've got Edelman.
Probably they're going to bring out the pads. They're going to hype them all up. The Blues have been off for long enough to screw it up anyways. Like, it's just, come on. Don't be silly. Just bet the Bruins -1.5 games. Put it in the books. It'll be okay.
Game 4 was Thursday, May 16th. Tomorrow will be 11 days.
Damn. That's a long-ass break.
That is a long-ass break. What do you think of you have any thoughts on hockey, Rich?
I just told you, Bruins -1.5 games. Put it in the bank. Because it's not going to be a series. I'm sorry. The Bruins just have too much. They just had time to heal up. It's not going to be rust. They're not going to be rusty. I'm sorry. The Blues have had how many days off now? 6?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Let's take a look.
Scroll down.
21st. It's been 5 days. Tomorrow would be 6 days.
Okay, so 6 days off. I'm just saying, like, Russ, Blues have to travel. They're not staying in their home. Boston's going to be hyped beyond belief.
Awesome. All right, well, I believe that about wraps it up this week. Brady, you got anything else for us today?
So, During the course of attending a recent Major League Baseball game, I became aware of the fact that at least here in Denver, or at least in section 153 of Coors Field, you're only supposed to heckle opposing players using baseball stuff. Like,
What do you mean?
You're not allowed to bring personal or any other sort of, slanderous kind of attacks against them. All you can do is heckle their play. Like, that's all you're allowed to do, or you will be asked to leave.
So, if I recall correctly, I believe we heard a gentleman say that a right fielder for the Orioles, last name Smith, wet his bed.
Yes.
And he was threatened to get kicked out of the game?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, for saying that a player wet his bed. So careful what you say at the baseball stadium.
So we have to shout at pitchers. You have a bad bequeathed runners stat, and you have you have a terrible home run to fly ball rate.
You're definitely not allowed to call him a belly itcher anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, what if he's a belly itcher?
At best, you could say, your slider has no depth, or your fastball is flat. That's the best you can do.
Can you say you failed a drug test in the minor leagues? It's baseball related.
If it's factual, I would assume as much.
Well, what if he actually wet the bed?
I mean, that doesn't have anything to do with the baseball game, but if he was convicted of failing a drug test in the minor leagues, that is definitely baseball related.
Fair enough. All right, Rich, you got anything else for us tonight?
No, I think I rambled on enough, but I you know what? I will say this. I was talking to my son earlier.
Okay.
And he had some interesting thoughts on Zion and how a younger generation may be thinking about basketball that maybe is the direction it's going in. He was more concerned. He likes Zion the same way he likes Giannis. Giannis is his favorite player for this reason. Giannis cares about winning, and Giannis does not have the kind of outward appearance that all he cares about is building a super team. That Giannis is doing this the old school way. And it gave me a lot of hope that there is a younger generation of players, and maybe Zion's one of them, that care more about a city, a team, and winning the right way than trying to get an extra $30 million. That the $250 million they're going to make is enough. And that it's going to be more about kind of this older mentality of, I'm just going to kick the ass of the guy across from me for whatever it takes. And, I didn't know that that's how a lot of these younger kids are thinking. It gave me a lot of hope for what's ahead. And maybe, just maybe, we'll bring fun and competitiveness back to sports, and it'll be less about Twitter and super teams and ESPN bullshit about what's actually going on in the sports world.
I like the take.
We can hope.
Absolutely. All right.
What do you got for us, John?
I really don't. I think we talked about everything I really wanted to talk about today.
In Kawhi, you trust?
I don't know. I think it's going to be a Golden State series.
In the Blues, you believe?
In the Blues, I believe. I like that.
We're on a mission from God.
The next 2 weeks are going to be awesome. We're looking at two major championships that are going to be crowned, so let's pay attention. Let's look forward to getting together on Wednesday night and talking about how to bet the finals. You're in on that, Rich? You going to be here, Brady?
Yeah, I'm in. Yeah. Let's bet some finals.
All right. Well, we'll catch you guys on Wednesday. If you want to catch up with us, sportsonhigh@gmail.com. We out.
Oh, shit, I forgot.